Hey everyone, let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like your morning is just this battle against your own brain, like you're just not built for them? Well, today we're going to dive into a tiny science-backed microhabit that could completely transform those difficult starts. Let's get right into it.
I mean, seriously, why are mornings so hard? For so many of us, it's the same story, right? That awful sound of the alarm clock, the magnetic pull of a warm bed, that brain fog. It's just this universal struggle. You know the drill. You hit snooze once, maybe twice. It feels like you're literally negotiating with yourself just to get the day started. And that's exactly what it is, isn't it? It feels like you're fighting your own body clock. Like you're technically awake, but your brain and body, they're totally still in sleep mode. You're groggy, you're unfocused, and man, it can feel like it takes hours just to fully switch on. But what if the answer isn't another cup of coffee or a colder shower? What if it's something way, way simpler? Something based on light. Yeah, the surprising solution, it's not in your coffee cup.
And that brings us to something called the 10-minute light rule. It's this super powerful micro habit where you just get some natural sunlight pretty soon after you wake up. The whole goal here is to regulate your body's internal clock and, really kickstart your brain for the day. And listen, we are not talking about some huge commitment here. All it takes is 10, maybe 20 minutes. That's it. I mean, think about it. That's probably shorter than the time you spend scrolling social media or even just waiting for your coffee to brew. It's such a small investment for a huge return. Okay, but here's the catch. Timing is everything. To really get the maximum benefit, you've got to get that light exposure within the first hour of waking up. That's the sweet spot. It's the ideal window to send this massive signal to your brain that, hey, the day has officially begun.
All right, so why does this actually work? Let's dive into the science of waking up and see exactly how light gets your brain going.
Okay, it all comes down to this one simple idea. Light is the master switch for your circadian rhythm. Just think of your circadian rhythm as your body's own 24-hour internal clock. That morning light is the signal that tells your brain to turn down the sleep hormone, melatonin, and ramp up cortisol, which is what makes you feel alert and awake. It is the primary cue your body uses to stay on schedule.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at the difference here. When your rhythm is regulated, thanks to that morning light, you feel alert, you're energized, your mind is focused, your brain is totally synced up with the day. But when it's dysregulated, well, you're left with that all too familiar grogginess, the brain fog, and just that feeling of being completely out of sync. That morning light is literally the key to shifting from that second column over to the first.
All right, so the science is pretty clear, right? Now let's turn this into an actual practical strategy. Here is your 10-minute morning plan. Let's talk about how to make this habit really work for you. And honestly, the routine itself could not be simpler. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, wake up. Stick to your usual wake-up time. No need to get up any earlier. Step 2, get yourself outside within that first hour. And step 3, just soak in that natural light for about 10 to 20 minutes. That's the whole thing. And here are a few quick tips to really make this stick. First, try to do it without sunglasses, as long as it's safe, of course. That lets more of that good light reach your eyes. And hey, even on cloudy days, it still counts. You're still getting the light waves you need, so don't skip it just because it's gray out. You want to face the general direction of the sun, but please never stare directly at it. And the most important tip of all? Consistency. That's what really trains your brain over time. You know, this might seem like such a small, tiny change, but I'm telling you, it's one of those habits that has a huge impact. Let's really look at the powerful downstream effects of getting this right. So, when you boil it all down, this one little micro habit does so much. First, it regulates that super important circadian rhythm. That, in turn, energizes your brain for the entire day. And that leads directly to better alertness and focus. Best of all, over time, it actually makes the act of waking up feel easier. It's just a simple, powerful, and totally science-backed way to finally take control of your mornings. So I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on. What if your best day, your most focused, most energized day, what if it all started with just 10 minutes of light? It's a tiny experiment that could have a massive impact on your life. So why not give it a try tomorrow?